Ladies and gentlemen, listen closely, because if you recognize even one of these signs in yourself, you are not ordinary. You are not here by accident. You have been set apart. You felt it your whole life. The way you don't quite fit in, the way people try to break you, but you rise every time. The way you walk through storms that would have drowned others, yet you keep moving, keep growing, keep believing. This is not by chance. You are chosen, and today I'm going to reveal 20 undeniable signs that set you apart from the rest. But understand this, being chosen is not about ease, it's about purpose. And if you don't recognize these signs, you might just miss the power that has been within you all along. Stay with me until the end, because sign 20, that's the one that will change everything. She walks with purpose. A woman chosen by a higher power does not wander aimlessly, nor does she allow herself to be tossed around by the expectations of the world. She moves with intention, with a deep sense of knowing that her steps are ordered, even when she cannot see the full picture. She understands that every decision, every turn, every challenge is leading her somewhere greater. She does not live passively waiting for life to happen to her. She takes control of her path, walking forward even when the road is uncertain. This kind of woman does not waste time trying to fit into places that do not align with her purpose. She does not chase validation, approval, or recognition. She does not follow trends or allow the noise of society to dictate her worth. Instead, she follows a deeper calling, one that often sets her apart from the crowd. She is not easily distracted by meaningless pursuits, because she knows that everything she does must serve a greater purpose. Her presence is felt when she walks into a room, not because she demands attention, but because her energy speaks before she does. There is something unshakable about her, an air of confidence that comes not from arrogance, but from clarity. She knows who she is, she knows what she stands for, she knows where she is going, and because of that, she does not waste time on things that do not contribute to her growth. A woman who walks with purpose does not beg to be understood. She is aware that not everyone will see her vision, and she is fine with that. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she dim her light to fit in. Instead, she stands firm in her authenticity, knowing that those who are meant to walk with her will recognize her value without her having to prove it. She moves with discipline. She wakes up each day with an intention, a goal, a reason to keep pushing forward. She understands that purpose is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about creating the right moment. She does not sit around hoping for change. She actively pursues the life she knows she is meant to live, even when she is exhausted, even when doubt tries to creep in. She pushes forward, knowing that her journey is not just about her. It is about the impact she is meant to have on others. This woman is not afraid of solitude. She understands that sometimes walking with purpose means walking alone. While others crave constant company, she embraces moments of stillness because she knows that clarity is found in solitude. She does not fear being misunderstood, rejected, or underestimated, because she knows that her purpose is greater than the opinions of others. She has learned that those who do not understand her path are not meant to walk it. She is selective with her time, her energy, and her company. She knows that not everyone is meant to have access to her. She values relationships, but she does not entertain connections that drain her spirit. She surrounds herself with people who inspire, challenge, and uplift her. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that no longer serve her growth, even if it means standing alone for a season. She understands that purpose comes with sacrifice. There are moments when she must let go of comfort, familiarity, and even certain relationships in order to step into what she is truly called to do. But she does not resist this process. She embraces it, knowing that every step she takes is shaping her into the person she is meant to be. She does not complain about the journey, even when it is difficult. She understands that challenges are not meant to break her, but to prepare her. She faces obstacles with resilience, knowing that each test is strengthening her character, sharpening her wisdom, and refining her spirit. She does not see setbacks as failures. She sees them as lessons, as necessary detours on the road to something greater. A woman who walks with purpose does not let fear control her. She knows that fear is nothing more than a distraction, a tool used to keep her from stepping into her power. She does not let self-doubt stop her from moving forward. Even when she is uncertain, even when she does not have all the answers, she takes the next step, trusting that clarity will come with action. She does not settle, whether it is in her career, her relationships, or her personal growth. She refuses to accept less than what she deserves. She knows her worth, and she does not lower her standards for anyone or anything. She would rather walk alone with purpose than be surrounded by people who do not align with her vision. Most importantly, she understands that her purpose is not just about her. She knows that she is here for something bigger than herself. She carries a sense of responsibility, knowing that her gifts, her voice, her presence, all of it is meant to serve a higher calling. She is not just living for the sake of existing. She is living to make a difference. And because of that, she will not be stopped. A woman chosen by a higher power is not easily rattled by the chaos of the world. She moves with a quiet confidence, an inner stillness that cannot be disturbed by external circumstances. While others panic at the sight of adversity, she remains composed, knowing that everything is happening as it should. She does not allow the opinions of others to dictate her emotions, nor does she give in to the negativity that surrounds her. Instead, she holds on to an unwavering peace that flows from within. This peace is not a result of a perfect life. She has been through storms, endured hardships, and faced battles that would have broken others. Yet, despite it all, she refuses to be defined by struggle. She does not allow bitterness, anger, or resentment to take root in her heart. She understands that holding on to negativity only robs her of her power, so instead, she chooses to release, to forgive, to move forward with grace. She understands that peace is not found in external conditions, it is cultivated from within. She does not engage in unnecessary conflicts. She is not interested in drama, gossip, or meaningless arguments. She knows that her energy is too valuable to waste on things that do not serve her growth. When confronted with negativity, she does not react impulsively. She does not allow herself to be drawn into battles that do not align with her purpose. Instead, she responds with wisdom, knowing that silence is often more powerful than words. She understands that protecting her peace is more important than proving a point. This kind of woman does not seek validation from the world. She does not need applause, recognition, or approval to feel whole. She knows who she is, and she stands firmly in that truth. She does not waver in her beliefs or compromise her values to fit in. She understands that true confidence is not about being the loudest in the room. It is about being secure in oneself, even when no one is watching. She is deeply connected to something greater than herself. This connection is what gives her peace in uncertain times. While others are consumed by fear, anxiety, and doubt, she remains anchored in faith. She understands that worry does not change outcomes and stress does not bring solutions. Instead of allowing herself to be overwhelmed by life's challenges, she surrenders what she cannot control and focuses on what she can. She embraces solitude, not because she is lonely, but because she understands that clarity is found in stillness. She does not fear being alone with her thoughts. In fact, she values moments of quiet reflection because they allow her to remain centered. She does not seek distractions to escape reality. She faces life head-on with a steady mind and an open heart. Her presence brings peace to those around her. She does not need to say much. Her energy speaks for itself. People feel safe in her presence, not because she has all the answers, but because she radiates calmness in a world full of noise. She does not create chaos, she diffuses it. She does not add to confusion, she brings clarity. She understands that the way she carries herself has the power to influence others, and she chooses to be a source of light She does not allow fear to control her decisions. She does not live in a state of constant worry about the future. She understands that peace is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. She does not rush, force, or manipulate outcomes. She moves with patience, allowing life to unfold naturally. She knows that what is meant for her will never pass her by. This woman does not hold on to grudges. She understands that resentment is a burden that only weighs her down. She chooses to forgive, not because others always deserve it, but because she refuses to carry the heaviness of anger. She does not allow past pain to dictate her present joy. She knows that peace is a daily choice, and she makes that choice every single day. She does not let the opinions of others disturb her peace. She understands that not everyone will understand her journey, and that is okay. She does not seek to be liked by everyone, nor does she adjust herself to fit into spaces that do not align with her growth. She remains true to herself, knowing that authenticity is far more valuable than approval. She is not easily shaken by setbacks. When things do not go as planned, she does not spiral into despair. She understands that delays are not denials, and detours are often necessary for growth. Instead of dwelling on disappointments, she finds lessons in every challenge. She refuses to let temporary obstacles rob her of her joy. Above all, she knows that peace is her power. She refuses to let the chaos of the world disturb the calm within her. She moves differently, not because her life is perfect, but because she has mastered the art of protecting her energy. She has learned that true peace is not found in external circumstances, but is cultivated from within. And because of that, no matter what life throws her way, she remains unshaken. A woman chosen by a higher power does not crumble under pressure. She does not let hardships define her, nor does she allow challenges to break her spirit. Instead, she sees adversity as a test, a lesson, a path to something greater. She understands that faith is not about having an easy life. It is about having the strength to keep going, even when the road is uncertain. When life knocks her down, she does not stay there. She rises, time and time again, stronger than before. She does not allow failure to discourage her. Instead, she sees setbacks as setups for something greater. She understands that the journey is not meant to be smooth, but every obstacle is shaping her into the woman she is destined to become. She embraces difficulties, knowing that they are refining her character, sharpening her resilience, and preparing her for what is ahead. She does not waver when things get tough. She does not give in to fear, doubt, or uncertainty. While others may question their path when things do not go as planned, she remains steadfast. She does not let temporary struggles shake her belief in a better future. She knows that what is meant for her will not miss her, and no amount of difficulty can take away what is destined to be hers. This kind of woman does not allow circumstances to dictate her mindset. She chooses faith over fear, strength over weakness, and perseverance over defeat. She does not break under pressure because she knows that pressure creates diamonds. She does not complain about the weight she carries because she understands that it is preparing her for something greater. She embraces challenges with open arms, knowing that they are molding her into the woman she is meant to be. She is not shaken by uncertainty. She does not need to have all the answers. She understands that some things will not make sense in the moment, but in time, everything will fall into place. She trusts the process. She does not rush, she does not force, she does not panic. She walks forward with confidence even when she cannot see the full path ahead. She understands that faith is not about seeing, it is about believing. Even when there is no evidence, she does not give up easily. She does not let disappointment turn into discouragement. She understands that every great story has moments of struggle, moments of doubt, moments of hardship. But she also knows that every great story ends in victory for those who do not quit. She refuses to be defeated by circumstances. She knows that as long as she keeps moving forward, she will reach the destination meant for her. Her faith is not dependent on things going her way. She does not need everything to be perfect to trust that she is on the right path. Even in the darkest moments, she holds on to hope. She knows that every challenge carries a purpose, and even when she does not understand it, she chooses to believe that everything is working in her favor. She refuses to let temporary storms make her forget that the sun will shine again. She is not intimidated by setbacks. When doors close, she does not lose hope. She understands that rejection is often redirection. She knows that when something does not work out, it is because something better is ahead. She does not waste time dwelling on what is lost. Instead, she focuses on what is to come. She moves forward with faith, knowing that no opportunity meant for her will ever pass her by. This kind of woman is not easily discouraged by failure. She understands that every successful person has faced moments of struggle. She does not let mistakes define her. Instead, she learns from them, grows from them, and keeps pushing forward. She refuses to let fear of failure hold her back. She knows that the only true failure is giving up. As long as she keeps going, she is never truly defeated. She does not let fear control her decisions. She refuses to live a life ruled by anxiety and hesitation. She takes bold steps, even when she is uncertain of the outcome. She does not need guarantees to move forward. She trusts that things will work out in the way they are meant to. She does not let worry steal her joy or rob her of opportunities. She walks in faith, knowing that the path will be revealed as she moves forward. She is an example to others. People look at her and see strength, resilience, and unwavering belief. They wonder how she keeps going when things get hard. They see her face challenges with a steady heart and an unshaken spirit. What they may not realize is that she has been through the fire. But the fire did not consume her, it refined her. She is not strong because life has been easy. She is strong because she has walked through storms and emerged even stronger. She does not allow negativity to take root in her mind. She does not dwell on worst-case scenarios or allow doubt to cloud her vision. She guards her thoughts, focusing on possibilities instead of limitations. She understands that her mindset shapes her reality, so she chooses to believe in the best outcomes. She fills her mind with hope, strength, and confidence in what lies ahead. Above all, she knows that unbreakable faith is her greatest weapon. She understands that life will test her, but she refuses to let those tests break her spirit. She does not need to see the full picture to trust that everything is falling into place. She knows that as long as she keeps believing, keeps pushing forward, and keeps holding on to faith, nothing can stop her from becoming everything she is meant to be. She carries a presence that demands respect, not through force or intimidation, but through the way she carries herself. A woman chosen by a higher power does not need to beg for respect. She embodies it. She does not lower her standards to fit in, nor does she compromise her dignity to be liked. She moves with a quiet confidence, knowing who she is, what she stands for, and what she will and will not accept. Her energy alone speaks volumes before she ever says a word. People feel her presence when she enters a room. She does not have to be the loudest person or the most outspoken, yet people listen when she speaks. She does not demand attention, but she commands it. Why? Because she carries herself with grace, purpose, and certainty. She walks with her head held high, shoulders back and eyes forward. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she downplay her worth to avoid intimidating others. She is simply who she is, unapologetically strong, confident, and unwavering in her values. She does not allow disrespect to go unchecked. A woman chosen by a higher power does not tolerate being treated as less than she deserves. She does not allow herself to be used, manipulated, or taken for granted. She sets clear boundaries and expects them to be honored. If someone crosses the line, she does not stay silent. She does not tolerate mistreatment, whether it comes from a friend, a family member, a colleague, or a partner. She has learned that allowing disrespect once only invites it again. She has the wisdom to walk away from anyone who does not recognize her value, and she does not feel the need to explain herself when she does. She respects herself first, and that sets the standard for how others treat her. She does not seek validation from the world. She does not rely on others to tell her who she is or what she is worth. She already knows. Because of this, she does not chase people. She does not beg for love, for attention, or for approval. She stands firmly in her truth, and people either respect it or remove themselves from her life. She is not afraid to be alone because she understands that solitude is better than surrounding herself with the wrong energy. Her words hold weight. She does not engage in meaningless gossip or unnecessary drama. She speaks with intention, and when she speaks, people listen. She does not waste her breath on arguments that do not serve her. She does not need to prove herself to anyone. She is selective with her words, understanding that real power lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. She does not react impulsively to negativity. Instead, she responds with wisdom. This level of control makes people respect her even more. She does not entertain disrespect disguised as jokes. Some people will test her, pushing boundaries to see how much they can get away with, but she is not naive. She recognizes when someone is trying to belittle her, even if they laugh while doing it. She does not laugh along to keep the peace. She addresses it, either directly or by distancing herself from those who do not honor her presence. She understands that what she allows will continue, and she refuses to allow anything that diminishes her worth. Her strength intimidates those who cannot control her. Some people will try to label her as too much, too confident, too independent, too self-assured, but she does not shrink to fit into their limited perception of what a woman should be. She does not let their opinions define her. She refuses to make herself small to make others feel big. She is not arrogant, but she is sure of herself. She does not need to prove her worth to those who cannot see it. She does not seek revenge, but she allows her absence to speak for itself. When someone disrespects her, she does not go back and forth trying to make them see their mistake. She does not waste energy trying to force them to apologize. She simply removes herself. And when she leaves, her absence is felt. People realize too late that she was a woman of value, and losing her is their loss, not hers. She attracts people who respect her because she embodies respect. She does not beg for kindness, loyalty, or love. She attracts those things naturally because she carries them within herself. She leads by example, showing others how to treat her by the way she treats herself. She pours into people who pour into her. But she does not chase relationships that require her to prove her worth. Above all, she understands that true respect begins within. She does not tolerate less than she deserves because she knows she is worthy of more. She does not settle for anything that does not align with her values, and she does not fear losing people who cannot meet her standards. She knows that when she respects herself fully, she will always attract those who see her for who she truly is. She possesses an unshakable faith that cannot be broken by circumstances, opinions, or hardships. This is not just faith in words, it is faith in action, faith in resilience, and faith that even in the darkest times she is being guided towards something greater. A woman chosen by a higher power does not crumble when faced with adversity. She does not waver when life throws its most difficult challenges at her. Instead, she stands firm, knowing that every storm has a purpose, every struggle carries a lesson, and every setback is setting her up for something greater. Her faith is not dependent on convenience. She does not only believe when things are going well, she believes even when things fall apart. She does not question her path every time she faces an obstacle. She does not let fear dictate her decisions. She understands that sometimes the journey will not make sense and she will have to move forward without knowing what comes next. But she moves anyway. She trusts that her steps are being directed even when she cannot see the full picture. She does not allow doubt to rule her mind. When people try to tell her what she cannot do, she does not let their fears become her own. She does not entertain negativity disguised as realism. She understands that faith requires her to believe in things before they manifest, and she refuses to let the limitations of others define her potential. When she sets her mind on something, she pursues it with everything in her. She does not need external validation to move forward. Her conviction is enough. She does not get easily discouraged when things do not go her way. She understands that rejection is often redirection. When she loses an opportunity, she does not dwell in disappointment for too long. She knows that what is meant for her will not miss her. She trusts the timing of her life, even when it does not align with her expectations. She does not try to force doors open. Instead, she prepares herself so that when the right door appears, she is ready to walk through it. She has the strength to keep going when most people would give up. Her endurance is not just physical, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual. She does not let temporary hardships make her forget the bigger picture. She has walked through fire and come out stronger. She has faced betrayals, disappointments, and losses that could have broken her, but she refused to let them define her. She uses her pain as fuel, her struggles as wisdom, and her past as a stepping stone to a better future. She does not fear solitude because she understands that isolation often leads to transformation. There are seasons in life where she must walk alone, where she must distance herself from distractions, where she must focus inward. She does not resist these seasons, she embraces them. She knows that growth happens in quiet moments, in stillness, in the times when she is forced to rely on nothing but faith. She does not seek constant validation or company to feel secure. Her security comes from within. She is not easily shaken by the opinions of others. People may misunderstand her, judge her, or question her choices, but she does not allow their voices to be louder than the voice inside her. She does not live her life to please the world. She understands that walking a path of purpose often means standing alone. She does not compromise her values to fit in or gain approval. She knows that staying true to herself will always be more rewarding than seeking acceptance from those who do not understand her vision. She embraces uncertainty with courage. Life does not always provide clear answers, and she is okay with that. She does not need to know every detail before taking the first step. She is not afraid of change because she knows that growth requires movement. She does not resist challenges because she understands that pressure creates diamonds. She welcomes the unknown, knowing that every experience, whether good or bad, is shaping her into the woman she is meant to be. She radiates a quiet confidence that comes from knowing she is not walking this journey alone. This is not arrogance, it is assurance. It is the deep, unwavering belief that she is guided, protected, and strengthened beyond what the eye can see. It is the understanding that no matter how many times she falls, she will rise again. It is the certainty that no matter how hard life gets, she will never be forsaken. Her faith is her foundation. It is what keeps her grounded when everything around her is chaotic. It is what gives her peace when she faces uncertainty. It is what fuels her determination when the road ahead looks impossible. And because of this, she moves forward fearlessly, knowing that she is walking in alignment with something far greater than herself. She carries an aura of wisdom that sets her apart. This wisdom is not just about intelligence or knowledge, it is something deeper. It is a level of understanding that allows her to see beyond the surface, beyond emotions, beyond temporary situations. She is not easily fooled by appearances, nor is she quick to react based on fleeting feelings. She possesses a clarity that helps her navigate life with purpose and direction. Her wisdom is not something she boasts about, nor does she try to prove herself to others. It is evident in how she speaks, how she moves, and how she makes decisions. She does not waste her energy on unnecessary conflicts or meaningless distractions. She does not engage in gossip, drama, or pointless arguments because she understands that these things drain her power. Instead, she chooses to focus on what truly matters, using her energy to build, to grow, and to uplift. She has learned that silence is often more powerful than words. She does not feel the need to explain herself to people who are committed to misunderstanding her. She does not engage in unnecessary debates to prove her point. Instead, she lets her actions speak for her. She understands that wisdom is not about always having the last word, it's about knowing when to walk away, when to listen, and when to simply observe. She understands that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every opinion needs a response. She is discerning. She does not allow just anyone into her life. She understands that the people she surrounds herself with have the power to influence her journey. She does not entertain negative energy or keep people around just for the sake of company. She values quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. She is selective with her time, her attention, and her heart. She does not give everyone access to her mind or her emotions because she understands that not everyone deserves that privilege. She knows when to speak and when to stay quiet. She is not reckless with her words, nor does she speak just to fill the silence. When she does speak, her words carry weight. People listen when she talks because they know that she does not waste words. She chooses her words carefully, ensuring that they are meaningful, uplifting, and purposeful. She does not speak in anger because she understands that words spoken in haste can never be taken back. Instead, she takes her time to process, reflect, and respond with wisdom. She is not easily manipulated. She can see through deception, lies, and hidden agendas. She is not swayed by flattery, nor does she fall for empty promises. She trusts actions over words, patterns over excuses. When someone shows her who they truly are, she believes them. She does not give repeated chances to those who continuously disrespect her. She does not allow herself to be used, taken for granted, or treated as an afterthought. Her wisdom protects her from being exploited by those who do not have good intentions. She understands timing. She knows that not everything needs to happen immediately. She does not rush decisions, nor does she act impulsively. She is patient when necessary, allowing things to unfold as they should. She does not chase after things that are not meant for her. She understands that what is meant for her will come in due time. She is wise enough to wait, to prepare, and to trust the process instead of forcing something to happen before it's time. She learns from her past instead of repeating it. She does not keep making the same mistakes over and over again. She takes every lesson seriously, ensuring that she grows from every experience. She is not afraid to look back and reflect on where she went wrong, not to dwell on regrets, but to ensure that she does not repeat the same patterns. She understands that wisdom is built through experience, and she uses her past as a teacher, not as a burden. She does not allow emotions to control her decisions. She understands that feelings are temporary, but choices have lasting consequences. She does not make important life decisions when she is angry, sad, or overwhelmed. Instead, she gives herself time to think, to evaluate, and to make the right choice with a clear mind. She understands that wisdom is not just about knowing what to do, it is about knowing when to do it. She is not led by the crowd. She does not follow trends, fads, or what everyone else is doing just to fit in. She makes decisions based on her values, her purpose, and her intuition. She is strong enough to stand alone if necessary. She does not fear being different because she knows that true wisdom often requires going against the norm. She is confident in her path even when others do not understand it. Her wisdom is a gift, a shield, and a guide. It protects her from harm, leads her toward the right opportunities, and allows her to walk through life with clarity and strength. It is not something that can be taken from her, nor is it something that fades with time. It is a part of who she is, rooted deep within her soul, shaping her into the powerful woman she was always meant to be. She carries a deep sense of purpose that guides her every step. She does not wander through life aimlessly, nor does she allow the opinions of others to dictate her path. She knows that she was created for something greater, something meaningful, something that cannot be shaken by temporary struggles or setbacks. This sense of purpose is what keeps her moving forward, even when the road gets difficult. It is what gives her the strength to stand firm when others expect her to fall. Her purpose is not driven by external validation. She does not seek approval from the world, nor does she measure her worth by the recognition she receives. She understands that purpose is not about applause, fame, or admiration. It is about fulfilling the mission placed within her soul. Whether the world acknowledges her or not, she remains steadfast. Whether she is praised or criticized, she does not waver. She does not live for the expectations of others because she knows that true purpose is not about pleasing people. It is about fulfilling a calling. She is not easily distracted. She does not waste her time on things that do not align with her mission. She is focused, intentional, and disciplined. She understands that every choice she makes either brings her closer to her purpose or pulls her further away from it. She does not engage in meaningless drama, nor does she entertain relationships, habits, or situations that drain her energy. She protects her time because she knows that every moment is valuable. She does not allow distractions to steal her focus because she understands that purpose requires commitment. She is resilient in the face of challenges. She knows that fulfilling her purpose will not always be easy. She understands that struggles, obstacles, and setbacks are all part of the journey, but she does not allow difficulties to break her spirit. She rises every time she falls. She learns from every failure. She does not quit when things get hard. She adapts, she grows, and she keeps moving forward. Her strength is not in avoiding challenges, but in overcoming them. She refuses to let fear or uncertainty stop her because she knows that purpose is always greater than temporary discomfort. She walks with confidence, not because she has everything figured out, but because she trusts the process. She does not rush, nor does she panic when things do not go according to plan. She understands that everything happens in divine timing. She is patient with herself, knowing that purpose is not a destination, it is a journey. She does not compare her progress to others because she understands that her path is unique. She does not envy the success of others because she knows that what is meant for her will never miss her. She inspires those around her. Even when she does not realize it, her presence motivates others. Her strength, her discipline, her focus, these things naturally set her apart. She does not need to announce her purpose to the world because her actions speak louder than words. People see the way she moves, the way she carries herself, the way she remains unshaken despite adversity, and they recognize that she is different. She does not seek to be an example, yet she becomes one simply by living in alignment with her purpose. She is willing to walk alone if necessary. She understands that not everyone will understand her journey, not everyone will support her, and not everyone will have the capacity to walk beside her. She does not compromise her purpose for the sake of fitting in. She does not lower her standards to make others comfortable. She knows that sometimes the road to greatness requires solitude. But she is not afraid of being alone because she knows that purpose is never lonely, it is fulfilling. She trusts her instincts. She does not second-guess herself when she knows she is on the right path. She does not wait for the approval of others before she takes action. She understands that her intuition is one of her greatest gifts, guiding her toward the right decisions and protecting her from the wrong ones. She does not hesitate when she feels called to move in a certain direction. She listens to the voice within her, knowing that it will never lead her astray. She is not controlled by fear. She understands that fear is the enemy of purpose. She does not allow doubts, insecurities, or past failures to stop her from stepping into her calling. She takes risks, she pushes past her comfort zone, and she moves forward even when she is uncertain. She knows that the greatest rewards come from the greatest leaps of faith. She refuses to live a life of regret, wondering what could have been if she had just been brave enough to follow her purpose. She is relentless. No matter what comes her way, she does not give up. She does not settle for a life that is less than what she was created for. She does not shrink herself to fit into spaces that were never meant for her. She does not allow setbacks to define her. She does not let failure defeat her. She gets up again and again until she reaches her full potential. She understands that purpose is not given to the weak. It is given to those who are strong enough to carry it. And she is strong. Her purpose is her foundation. It is the force that drives her forward, the light that guides her steps, and the fire that burns within her soul. It is unshakable, unstoppable, and undeniable. No matter what life throws at her, she will continue to walk in her purpose. Because she was born for this. She was chosen for this, and nothing will ever take that away from her. So if you recognize these signs in yourself, understand that you were not created to live an average life. You were created to walk with power, with wisdom, with grace. Some will misunderstand you, some will try to break you, some will even fear you. But none of that matters. Because at the end of the day, you are chosen. And no force in this world can take away what was meant for you. Now go and step into your power.